Hi Floss Tube, it's Julie SylverStitches. The way that the camera looks, apparently it looks like it's the frame. That's all I got. Maybe I'll just sit up straight. Sorry. SylverStitches, Julie, Floss Tube, cross stitch. That's all you need to know. I've already filmed this once. I didn't have everything with me, and I didn't have all the information with me, so it was a whole jumbled mess. Like, had to delete it, start over, got into talking about political. That's not me. So, maybe it is me, but I'm not ready to divulge into the world of political with Floss Tube yet. So, here we go. Although I don't want to make it any shorter, and I already feel like I'm rushing. Deep breath. Start out with the things that we do every week. So, my mug for today, it's not really a mug, it's more like a glass, but it says, dream, smile, and laugh. There's little skating girls all around it. It's just iced coffee. It's like iced cappuccino. Anyway, and then this side says, love, skate, play. That's my second glass of it. So if I'm a little doo-doo-doo, y'all know why, because there's a whole lot of sugar in that. Here we go. Shall we get started? I have whips, of course. I have new starts. And I have a finish. I have lots of progress. Surprising amount of progress for the not surprising amount that I stitched this week. So, we're going to start. I wrote down notes. I wrote down notes this time, so here we go. Let's see if that'll keep me a little bit more focused. I need to add to my notes. Hold on, because there's things that I need to tell you about that I didn't write down yet. So, I think that's it. Sorry, but if I didn't write it down now, then in half an hour when I'm ready to talk about it, I won't remember it at all. Before I start everything, it's not on the list, but I'm just going to reach in front of you. I didn't make any other progress on it, but I put all of the threads for the Gold Collection, Petites, Dimensions, Beacon at Rocky Point. I put them all on bobbins because finding the floss on the cards that they provide you with when they're over three cards, and it says in bundle 1. Well, it's not in bundle 1, I'll tell you that. Now they're all separately organized. It's great. So I feel like I already did this once, and oh I did. So if I want to find, dimensions 6016, there it is right there on the bobbin. So this is my dimensions box, because clearly I have DMC boxes like this too. I wrote DC on one side of it, and then the number that I'm using it for on the other side. So I just wanted to show you that before I forgot, because I didn't stitch on it, but when it was that day for the whip go wheel, come on now, for the whip wheel, then it was like the most frustrating thing to stitch on, because nothing, like there's too many colors in that to be able to, and too many different cards to be able to productively do anything in a timely fashion. So we're going to start with another dimensions project, but this dimensions project only has 2 floss card jiggers. So I wrote them down as far as I could find them on Instagram. So I am SylverStitches on Instagram, SYLVER, just like this channel, where I post mostly about cross stitch, but then sometimes about my cats, because they get in the way. So, upside down. So this is a dimensions kit designed by Debbie Mum. It is the spring mini banner spring. I told you once upon a time ago that I would pull out the autumn one. That's still in the drawer. Maybe next week. Maybe I should write that down. Anyway, This week, though, I stitched so much on it. I got so much done, but I just couldn't bring myself to finish it because I think I want to stitch on it for one more day. And it will definitely be finished the next time I stitch on it. Famous last words, right? Famous last words. So, this was part of my whip wheel spin. I got my days a little bit mixed up. I have, just in case you're new and just in case you haven't been following me in 2020 yet, January 1st I started a 5-day plan. The first day I created my own chart. So it's like a whip go chart. If you haven't heard about that, go check out Jessie Marie Does Stuff is her YouTube name. Jessie Marie Sites is her Instagram name. Do I have that backwards? Maybe. Anyway, regardless, she explains the whole thing. There's a Facebook group. Just go check it out. So far it's working for me at least. This is on the board, but it's not one of my whip go pieces. But regardless, I have 5 days. New start day. I came up with 80 new starts that I wanted to do this year. 80 between the charts that I hadn't started yet, between the magazines, between the books, between the blah, 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 blah that I have. I came up with 80. They are either fully new starts, like haven't even tried to start it yet starts. I have 2 or 3 pieces in there though, that I need to restart because I don't either like the fabric that it's on, or I got lost and I can't find my way, or the material, the the material that I was using got a hole in it. More to come when you finally see that piece. Regardless, so I have a whip wheel day. So I have a wheel. Let's start again. This is almost just like it was last time. So new start day, day 1. Day 2 and 3 are my whip go wheel. Day 4 is my whip wheel. So whip go chart, sorry, the whip go graph. The whip wheel, which is all of the rest of the 23 or 22 things that I haven't got. Anyway, and then my Haid, 5-day rotation. Say that 5 times fast. Okay, so I almost finished my mini banner spring, but not quite, like I said, because I wanted to apparently stitch on it for one more day because I love it so much. Not only because I only have, 2 other seasons left to do, because I totally do, but she's a demon. Sorry, was talking about my cat. She jumped up on the tall shelf. Way up there. Up. You can't see it, obviously, but she jumps on. James wants this keyboard here that's sitting beside me. He wants it in the family room somewhere, set up so that I can play it. Anyway, she jumps up on that. She jumps up on another shelf, and then she jumps up on the tall shelf. That's now the 3rd time she's done it while I've been sitting here. I think because I'm taking her, both of her little sleep spaces as platforms that I'm putting my things on. Little tables. I'm using them as little tables. She's not very happy about that because she usually sleeps on this footstool that I'm using as a yeah, anyway. So back to stitching. Sorry for the detour. 206 stitches on this week. So that's pretty impressive. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end up outlining the white flowers. I don't know if you can see those, but outlining the white flowers, outlining home. A lot of it is outlined in this, but that's my number one downfall. Like, I'll stitch the whole piece, but to outline it, like all these little flowers, or the leaves, holy cow, that's just not enough time in the day for me. Anyway, especially when there are so many more things that I would love to get stitched. So that is 206 stitches so far, if anybody's counting. The next one that came up on Instagram was Advent Calendar Bird from Joan Elliott. She created in this book, not she created, but a whole bunch of designers, really good designers are in this book. If you can find it in a thrift store, I would highly suggest it, because a lot of my... Why am I struggling so much with the words today? It's because I'm not filming every day anymore from, like, when I was doing Flossmas. I know I fell off that wagon, but I'm telling you, December was a tough month, guys. Tough month. So, Joan Elliott created a whole lot of, I know you can't really see them because they're so little, but a whole lot of advent calendar little pouch things. So I was working on one for most of Flossmas, so I decided to stitch the other, because that's not done yet, obviously, because, you know, I'm not the queen of finishes, but there are 24 others that are just as equally as great. The little bird, I call it little bird. I call it bird because that's what it is. It's a bird, and it's a finish. I finished it just because I just said I was not the queen of finishes. That's the back. So here he is. I'm going to try, at least all of them are on the New Start board that I created. It's kind of like the Whip Go board, but it's a New Start board. So that's how I did all 80 of my decisions. Blocked it out, New Starts, because I think New Starts is 9 letters. And then I put 1 to 9 down the side, filled it in, put the free space, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, maybe I didn't. Maybe I have 81. Regardless, here he is. I put my initials down here just so I can try and track. I don't normally do that, so that I can track what year. That's what I'm going to do this year, because I have so many, I don't have so many things, but I would have liked to known when I finished them, generally what year it was, because I do have some finishes, but I can't remember if they were from 2017, 2018, 2019, because I restarted stitching again, picked it up again in 2017 when James came into my life. Anyway, because that's just the way we roll. So, here we go. Yeah, so if you want to see his progression, I took a picture of him and posted it on Instagram of just the bird without any of the backstitch, and then, or the fantastic, look at those fantastic French knots. By the French knot space, I was like, I just want him done. I want him done. I want to have a finish and a start all in one day, or a start and a finish all in one day. And I did it, and it took only maybe 3 or 4 hours, but I was determined, because he's so little, right? Whoa, sorry, bumped the camera. It's on a tripod situation. Yeah, alright, finished things go in the box. Alrighty, so that was 261 stitches. So here we go. The next thing that was on the list of Instagram posts, because that's now how I'm tracking things, because I'm not talented enough to keep an actual calendar of any kind. I have it all on my phone. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Hold on. Shush. We're not ready for that yet. That's what else I have to write down. High tea. Alright. Ta-da! Because there was a whole lot of things that I talked about last video, meaning the one that you guys didn't see because I deleted it. But then there was a whole lot more that I didn't want to necessarily get out into the world, right? Because that's what I said at the beginning. So, but the high tea thing is one of them, and that's how I'll talk about it after. So, back to this. Time for another drink. Let my straw. Okay. Did I talk about that? My mug. I know I showed you the pictures. Story behind it while I'm getting the hate out. It's in my Heather... Somebody named Heather. It's one of my sister's friends, actually. Heather's Handcrafting. This is where my project bag and, what does Michelle Bendy say, accoutrement come from? It's not really accoutrement. It's like a little... Ooh, everything's so close. A little thread and needle case. And in here also was a, because it's attached to the needle, this thing, needle minder. And then, surprise, surprise, here's the bag. So, I've got my project in there. I'm using Pattern Keeper to stitch my Hade. It just got me really frustrated today for some reason. I don't know. It's never done that to me in the past. I have the full program of it. Like, I bought it. But it's being funny. It's highlighting... I heard about the problem in the past with other stitchers. It's not making the highlighted symbols line up with the boxes. But I feel like just restart in time and it'll forget about it and come back to it. And I'm probably not going to stitch on this anymore tonight. But I put 50-something stitches in it today. But before that, I had put... Where are we at? No, really? 219. Magically, if I can get it, because it's huge, like most Hades are. I haven't told you what it is yet, on here at least. I'm going to try and find a picture for you because I would like you to see what it's actually going to look like in the end. I did fill in that little square, that up there. I realized I had the floss. So this is all from Stash so far, but it is all the called for colors. I am gridding it, and I am trying to, not trying because I'm successful at it so far, but stitch on the diagonal, and I am trying to park, is what I'm trying to say. So right now it's working, clearly, because I haven't messed it up yet. This is Sad Fairy. I totally should have gotten her last name while I was on the break, but I didn't. It's from, it's designed, it's a Hade. It's designed by Elena. That's what I'm going to go with. I will post a picture. I'll maybe try and chop one in at the end or at the beginning, or I'll provide the link where I got it down below or something. Maybe I'll go to Staples and print out the color copy on, nice paper, because I currently don't have ink in my printer right now. That's frustrating. But that was 219 plus the, I'm going to call it 60 today, that so we go. I will have a rounded total at the end, so you don't have to keep track with me. It's all under control. So my next piece, yesterday was on my whip wheel, and it is my longest going whip. I can't tell you when I started it. I think I was in my could have been in my teens, early 20s. That's how long it's been, and I'm 37 now, so here we are. Did I show you the actual bag? I don't remember. Anyway, this is the bag. It's the plastic front. Nice zipper pull thing. I'm not really a shower of things ever. I don't explain things. I don't tell you the fabric. Anyway, because that is not the most important thing to me. The most important thing to me is sharing my progress with you, not what kind of fabric it's on. I'll tell you if you want to know, but when I'm listening to the other floss tubers saying, oh, this is on the blah, 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 17 million count, that I'm never going to stitch on to begin with. So there we are. My smallest. I have some pieces that are on linen. They're not my favorite. I am an Ada stitcher at heart, for certain. And here is Charlotte. If you know Charlotte, she's crazy, and she's already like eyeing up there already. Can I move your little tunnel out of the way so that you can go play with it instead of your little girl? And now that I've moved it, she's not going to play with it. Because, you know, cats. Anyway, I don't have a picture of this because, like I said, it's the oldest whip that I have. Picture gone long time ago. I am an Ada Stitcher. That's where I was going with that. So, oh, she is playing. Oh, good. So Chelsea Buns Cross Stitch on, she's on Instagram, but I think she's also, of course, she's also on Facebook. Maybe? Instagram for sure. Anyway, because that's where I posted everything. She has whip gilt for one of, or a couple of her pieces that she's stitching on. She's I'm pretty sure she's a designer of some kind. She's in the Ottawa / Eastern Ontario world, where I live. So this is when Dimensions, this is how old this project is. This is when Dimensions still had you separate your own floss. They didn't get you the new floss cards like they did before, so they just gave you a floss holder and you had to separate your own colors. That's how old this one is. It's Celestial Gathering, clearly by Dimensions. I'm scared of when I have to unfold and fold the chart that it's going to eventually tear. That's the day that I'm waiting for. I finished not a lot, 55 stitches. Woo woo. So, yes, whip gilt. My oldest piece, I love it, I want to see it finished, but it's never going to get done. I'm never going to finish it. So if you can hear any of that, Charlotte, you know those little tunnels that have the bell on, like the ball on one end, and she's got to go through. Anyway, and she loves just chewing on stuff. So, all healthy stuff, don't worry. But she is obsessed with this little tunnel thing that we have right now. So, here we go. So, enough of that. And here is my progress on Celestial Gathering. So, there's going to be a sun on this side, a moon on this side, somewhere over here on the other half of the fabric. And then around the outside of it, within the border though, will be a whole lot of star signs. So astrological signs. So I filled in the majority underneath his eye, her eye. The sun is a girl, sun is a boy. The moon is a girl, the moon is a boy. Who knows? Underneath this eye. I don't know why I didn't do those other 3 stitches there. But the sun definitely needed help on that eye. The next time I stitch on it, the next time it comes up, I'm going to try and finish the face, because I'm so close to the face finish. And then the rest of the 55 stitches, because I know that wasn't 55 or 60, or I lost count because, anyway, only part of the way through this, I was like, oh no, I have to count, because I'm still not 100% used to it yet. So, sorry, I finished all the way down. This is the bottom corner. Woo woo, the bottom corner. So once I finish this other strand, like that goes this line, this outside border part, I'm gonna start making my way across the bottom. Yippee! At least some kind of progress, right? Some progress is progress, no matter how small. That's got to be a hashtag too. Whew. Hashtags. Let's talk about that for a second. At the end. Hashtags. So, I put this as my whip gilt piece. Or guilty whip piece, or I don't know what I named it, but it was called whip gilt. Who knows? I didn't know if I didn't tag it. Like, I didn't try and look it up before I posted it, like the hashtag, so I don't know if I just got myself into a whole lot of gnarly internet stuff, or who knows. Anyways, my next piece that I primarily re-recorded this all for. So, sorry. So, yeah, 55 stitches on the Celestial Gathering by Dimensions. The next one that I found that I posted was, this is the reason why I restarted this video. Not because of the political rants at the end, because that would have been a separate video anyway. It would have been, I would have had to meld them together because I was talking for so long. But this is the next piece. It's also this close to being finished. At least the frog is this close to being finished. He's, yeah, dimensions again. That's what my primary source of kits are, because I don't get a chance to go to an LNS a lot. Although I heard a little rumor that one LNS around the Ottawa area is closing, but somebody is going to open another one. Yippee! So I think she got the stash from the previous shop owner, although I don't know anything in specific, so don't question me. I just heard, not rumor because it came from the source, but I don't know any more information than she's vaguely told us, so I'm not going to share it yet because, I don't know. She's got a website though. That's all I got. Alright, so, first one to smile. Okay, so, I feel like I've put more than 31 stitches into this since the last time you saw it, but this is a Whip Go piece, from the Whip Go, Jessie Marie Does Stuff. Anyway, 31 stitches. I just need to fill in the rest of his body over here. Well, so I guess I'm not that close to being finished the frog, but it feels like it. So I definitely worked up here. 31 stitches on my frog. Yep. He was in the car on my last filming of, that you didn't see because I didn't post it. This is my second go around. So I really wanted everything in the video that I didn't have to pause and then go back to and all of that stuff. So he's the reason why I restarted. The primary reason. Alright, my second Whip Go piece. Oh, shush. Oh, it's not open. Whew, that was close. Okay, I'm going to show you the picture first. Because I can. So, this is from this book. Easy Stitch Cross Stitch. Found it at a thrift store. And this is what I'm stitching as my second Whip Go piece, which is really my first Whip Go piece, but whatever. The first number drawn. So it is called Ornament Stocking. And I kind of reached a milestone, or it's not a finish at all, but it's a mini finish. I finished one of the ornaments. Although I'm confused about how to outline it, because nowhere does it say what colors you're actually outlining in. And no matter where you move the tunnel to, she'll always move it, just like the food pools. Okay. Eventually I'm going to have to rip it out, because when I first started this, I didn't write down the colors, so I didn't, well, you can see that. But I'm glad she's doing all of this at 6 o'clock in the afternoon and not at 2 o'clock in the morning, although she probably will again. Anyway, here we go. So this is what I had done. I started ripping it out because I didn't for sure know the colors. I didn't write them down anywhere, but I knew they weren't all the colors for colors. So here we are. Progressed to restarting this on January 2nd, I think. Yeah, restarted it on January 2nd. And here is my progress so far. Not the reds and pinks or whatever those are all called for. Most of the actual this is not called for. I just went to Cody Hoover. I don't know how I found him. I just looked up, DMC conversion, something or other, and his site comes up, her site, Cody, and it's great. I'll try and post it down below if I can remember / get the chance to. Alright, so that's that, and that was 108 stitches on that since you had last seen it. Except for my Haid, everything else is in a super fancy Ziploc. That's what I do, people. That's what I do. That's how I roll. Alright, my last progress on the piano or the keyboard that she keeps jumping up on. Thank goodness there's a cover on it, otherwise James's mom would be so upset. Anyway, okay, so here we are. Was this the video where I had to pause it and she jumped all the way? Oh my god, she's crazy, crazy. I have the picture, just in case you don't remember. I think it was a new start from last video. I just want to show you my progress, because I don't really... Oh yeah, it totally was, because my new start was a new finish of January 16th. So I'm just going to show you the progress that I did for the rest of the week on this, I guess, because I did do more than last video. So I stitched another 100. I stitched another 100. That's not, that's, no. Come on. There it is. Alright, same book as the Cat Did It. It is the... It's this one. It's the Better Homes and Gardens 4 Seasons Cross Stitch book from 1990. What am I doing here? I'm going to this page. Why is it always on this page, the ones I always want to show you? So this is what it's going to look like in the end. And by the time I've read this so many times, you think I know what it says already. So it says, for each petal on the shamrock, this brings a wish your way. Good health, good luck, and happiness for today and every day. There's a little clover motif in the middle, and then alphabet at the bottom with numbers, and anyway. So that's that. That's the picture of that, at least. Sorry. And I stitched, like I said, I stitched another 100. This is going to go away on my other box that just has my whips in it. I'm going to look confused for just a second because it's going to say, sorry, you ran out of space on this video. And then it's going to continue to film, and then I have to drive it all together. That's fine. Because I have 3 other things to talk to you about. None of them are, they're all stitching related. Okay, we'll just stick to that. Sorry, it felt wet, and I was like, why is the floor wet? It's not. It's just Julie. Okay, so here is the progress finally that I'm going to show you. Yep. So I stitched this one the first day. This one of the 100, this the first day, and then this one on the second. Dude, it goes this way. Sorry, I was thinking it was wrong. Okay. I can't see Batman. Ha! There we are. Sorry, I roll everything now to fit in. I don't fold, well, the new stuff. Anyway, that's way better now. I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, stitched. There it goes. Maximum size has been reached. So stitched this 100 the first day, stitched this 100 the next time I worked on it. I should have probably, instead of just, now that I think about it, I'm going to put it all away now, but because I start something new tomorrow, yippee, I have no idea what it is, I haven't looked at it yet, but I was thinking I should have stitched on this, but that was cheating the system because every new piece only gets 5 days to be worked on. And that other bird finish that I had from the advent calendar from Joan Elliott, it only took me like that day to stitch. So unless this comes up on the wheel again, which I will talk to you shortly about, I don't get to stitch on it until it comes back up on the wheel. I feel like this is working out well, this 5-day rotation. Where's the thing for this? What? No, really, where did it go? Although, I'll tell you, I almost am. I didn't work on the Whip Go projects in my last rotation because I essentially have been sleeping a whole lot for some reason, and I don't really know why, and it's a little bit terrifying because I've never been like that before. Yeah, that's what I got to say about that. Although James has not been sleeping either, so maybe that's why I haven't been sleeping during the night. So now I sleep during the day, and I don't know, I feel like I can't stitch while, anyway, it's okay. And then I'm too tired to stitch, and I am, though, that's what I was saying before. I am ready for a new whip go, and it's already January 20th. Oh, by the way, happy Monday, January 20th. Nice to see everybody. 35 minutes in. Hope you're still with me. If you're not, then whatever. But thank you for staying with me for my ramblings of today. Alright, so that said, it being Monday, it felt like forever since I've done this because I remember... Here, troublemaker, come here. If you haven't seen her before, this is Charlotte. She's the one that jumped up. Simon was the featured cat on my last episode, meaning I deleted it episode. This is Charlotte. She's not really happy because she doesn't like to be held unless she wants to be held. Yeah? What else do you need to tell the people? He says, I'm a troublemaker today. I woke up mommy this morning by jumping on things and rattling things and chewing on things and... Anyway, yes, and I hold her like a baby because that's how I hold Simon too. She is not as partial to it as Simon is. Simon absolutely loves it. But this, yeah, I'll put her down. She was just about to get in trouble again. So this is Charlotte. She's my little... I know. Okay, see you later. Go that way. She was shining it behind the TV. Like she is again. No. She's James's cat. Although somehow quickly turning into my cat too. I tell you, she was climbing on the bars in at the place that we got her from. Anyway, when we first saw her, climbing up the crates. Okay, so sorry, stitch with me. I want to do a stitch with me. It might not be this week because I'm going away this weekend, but I think starting next Saturday. So what's that? Saturday the 1st of February? Ooh, that'd be good. Because then that'll be... Floss tube, itchy nose. Okay, plus I just had... yeah, so I think starting February 1st, I will start a stitch with me because next week, this weekend coming up, I am away in Laval. So unless I get home at a reasonable time and I'm not exhausted on Saturday, I'll be able to do a stitch with me for whatever project that is that day. But I think I'm going to go right to bed. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about is high tea. Caroline Off the Grid Needle Arts did, not doing this year, not sure, not yet. Although the last day of January hasn't come yet, so who knows what the story is. Every last Sunday of every month, for the last 2 years at least, she's done a high tea. High tea means, planning the next month, trying to figure out the next big project you want to work on, something from your stash that you've had in your stash forever that, that you want to finally get out, and that's the day that you work on that. Anyway, you can take high tea however you want to do. For me, I think this year, the last Sunday of every month, regardless of whatever that last Sunday is, if it's actually the last day of the month, that's fine. If it's still one more week like it almost is for this month, then that's fine too. It's just getting February ready. So spinning the wheel, figuring out this week next week, what Jessie Marie is going to say the whip go numbers are, spinning for the new starts, because like I said, I have 80 of them that I want to get through by the time December 31st rolls around. That is what I want to see if I can stick with. I'm going to have to pick up more fabric, but that's okay. No problem. And hashtags for all the things that you do on Instagram. What is she doing now? Sorry, Charlotte, what are you doing? What, do you have a program? Do you just randomly remember what you write every time? What do you do? Do you have a note on your phone that you just copy paste onto Instagram? How does remembering all of the hashtags work? Because I'm trying to set up the same hashtags in every post, but I seem to always forget at least one of them. So I feel like on the calendar on my phone in the notes section where I write what project it is, if it's a Whip Go day, um, I feel like I can put in the hashtags, copy paste it, put it on Instagram. Because I'm trying to keep the same format. Sorry if you think that might have been James. Sorry if you heard that. Oh, could have been a dog. I don't. There's a dog that lives underneath us. She's still a puppy. She gets very excited. But how do you do your hashtags? Especially the stitchers who have like, I don't know, like 17 different hashtags. Like, I feel like it is just a copy paste reformat every time. But what do you do? That being said, I kind of really want to know what I'm stitching on tomorrow for the new start. And wondering if I'm going to have enough fabric for that bigger piece. Like if it's a big piece, the big piece of fabric that I still have, is that big enough? Am I going to have to try and problem solve somehow else? Am I going to have to go to the store tomorrow before I start it? You're going to have to find out next week. So plans for the week ahead. 5-day rotation. Let me see if I can explain it one more time so that you can kind of understand it. First day, new start. Day one, new start. Out of my new starts board that have 80 starts on them. Once I start that piece on the wheel, like I have a whip wheel and a new starts wheel as well. So once the new start has actually had a stitch into it, I transfer that from my new starts wheel into my whip wheel, so that next month, like on Sunday, when I spin for everything, is it this Sunday? Totally is this Sunday. Oh my goodness, time is flying, people. Sorry. When I spin this Sunday for what I'm going to be stitching on for my whip wheel day, then I'll be able to incorporate, everything's a chance, right? Incorporate the new starts that I started in January, maybe as a whip for the rest of the year. Regardless. First day, new starts. Second day, whip go. Third day, whip go, because there's 2 projects per month. Fourth day is my whip wheel. So any of the other projects that are ongoing on the whip wheel, which are the same that are on the whip go board, but different because it's always random, right? And then the 5th day is the Haid. I want to see how many stitches I can put into that per Haid day. The diagonal is getting longer, so I was like, what do you mean I only stitched 55 stitches today? I think it was like more like, so the other thing with Pattern Keeper today, or for this pattern at least, and I don't know if you can try and help me resolve this problem too, is it doesn't highlight all of the symbols of that specific symbol. So, and it doesn't count, of course, that I'm missing the whole top line. I've stitched it all, but it's not counting as a number on the counter. Regardless. How does one fix that? Do you have to reinstall it? What's the story? Do you have to just re-upload the file? Like, how does that all work? Anyway, I think that might be it. I do have a few hashtags that I do put down every day, because I try and post every day. So, stitch every day. Every stitch counts. Ada Stitcher, Canadian Stitchers, Journey to 200,000 Stitches. Let me talk about that for a second. Even though I hear that James is up and we need to go soon, but maybe we'll just eat something first. So Tess in Australia, so that's not her tag, it's just Tess Stitches, also wants to count how many stitches she gets to this year. So she's aiming for 200,000. Oh, by the way, my stitch count for this week, which is getting there, is 980 between all of the stitches that I didn't add the 55, so woot woot, that's over 1,000. So 1,035, is that what that is? I think so, with my 55-ish that I did today as well. So that's good. I think it's 1,035. If I can do math. Anyway, yeah, yippee! So 1,035 stitches this week. So I'm not gonna get to 200,000, I'm pretty sure, but you know, if I stitch approximately 1,000 stitches a week, that's still far more than I would have regardless, as of like last year or whatever. So yeah, Journey to 200,000 Stitches is another hashtag that I use. I was using like count my stitches or counting stitches or whatever, but Tess suggested and we came up with Journey to 200,000, like the number 200,000 stitches. I'm getting there. I'm going to have a full recap of how many stitches I stitched in January as of next video, I guess, because next video will be my last video in January. Right? Next Monday? So the 27th? Or maybe I'll have it for the next week, the next Monday, so that I can tell you the actual, because we're missing 4 days or something in that, right? Because January is not over until Friday. So we'll see. We'll see. I think after 47 minutes of talking to you, I think that's it. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for listening to me for 47 minutes ramble on about everything and about nothing. I still want to organize my floss a little bit more because I have most of it sorted into those boxes that I showed you from before. So these boxes, not necessarily all DMC, but I'm looking at 3 more boxes like this with regular DMC in it. Not dimensions, that's what I was trying to say. Although I would love to sort out all my dimensions floss as well, because I do have a lot of patterns, but there's still a big box of unsorted, some unbobbined floss that's over there that I'm looking at right now. No one else is going to do it. That's okay. I think that is it for the 15th time. I don't think I have anything else. I know we need to eat dinner and then go clean the dentist's office because we didn't do it this morning and we didn't do it last night. So that's all I got. I think I will post my progress of my Hade tonight if I get any more stitches into it, which I'm hoping I will, but I don't know what will happen before midnight. So I'm going to say sparkle and shine and have a great rest of the stitchy week, and I will talk to you next Monday. Bye everybody.